Hey, welcome to Grow New Plants. So today I'm going to plant what I'm 90% sure is a Siberian elm. I'll show you a picture of it real quick. This is one I have here in my driveway. I got it. It was two little bitty trees. I planted them. I mean, they're literally like a foot tall when I planted them. And I don't know, probably 10, 15 years ago. And it's turned into an absolutely beautiful tree. And the reason I say a Siberian elm, I planted some cedar elms before. Cedar elms are very common in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and they will seed in the fall like normal trees do. This Siberian elm is one that seeds in the spring, and it makes lots of seeds. And I know they come up like in cracks and stuff like that. They come up real easy, so I'm assuming that they're going to germinate pretty easy too. So they're very small. I'll just kind of just show you that's basically what they look like. There's really not much to them. So I'm going to take a set of tweezers here. So I will just take tweezers and I'll grab a seed and just poke it down in a hole. Well, it's going to take me a few minutes to get all these in here. And I'm planting these in the Rootmaker pots, and I've got I think it's a 36 in a container. So I'm going to plant these, and then I'm going to set them out on my plant table and see what happens. I'm not going to post this video until I get plants coming up. Sometimes I'll go ahead and post ahead of time and I do a follow-up video. This particular time I'm going to wait for these to come up. I think I'm not going to have any trouble with these babies germinating. Some of these I'm accidentally getting 2 seeds in, but that's okay. We'll just look and see what happens with them. So I'll fast forward through this real quick. Okay, just a real quick update. This is day 9 of these elm tree seeds being planted, and I've got 4 seeds that have germinated. They've just popped up through the soil. Hey, welcome back. So it has been almost 3 months, or right about 3 months, since these things have been put in here. And they kind of gotten stagnant now. They're really not doing much, so it's time to up-pot them. They hadn't gotten huge and everything, but I think they'll probably really take off once I get them moved up. So I'm going to take them and move them up into my Rootmaker 1-gallon pots. I got those right here. And then I've got my my up-pot mix, which is bark mulch and peat moss. I got a video up here if you want to watch that. And then I've got my new Rootmaker 8 fertilizer put in that too. So, and I got links down to that in the bottom. If you want to get any of the Rootmaker stuff, I got a link down to the Rootmaker store, and there's a discount code in there if you use my channel. There's the codes down there in the description, so you can buy whatever kind of quantities you want there too. It's pretty nice. So anyway, I'm going to move the camera in, and we're going to take a look at these. So these things, they've been 3 months since they planted. The seeds started coming up at 9 days. And I had quite a few of them that came up and they just died. It was raining so much. I think a lot of them just got drowned out. We had such a rainy spring or early summer. And it's like a lot of them, the seeds would germinate and then they would sit there and grow for a day or two. And the rain had just beat them down so bad that they just end up dying. So I think I ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 8 of them that made it. I may or may not plant this one up. I want to see what the roots look like on it. So anyway, let's move in and we'll get them planted up. Okay, so let's take some of these and start pulling them out. I'll pull one out here from the front first and we see what the roots look like. So that dirt, I always say the dirt's better to let the dirt dry out a little bit before you pull them out, but let me see if I can get that up close to the camera. You see that's got a pretty good little root system. That pretty much filled that whole container out with roots. So we'll take that, turn it sideways, and then we'll go ahead and we'll just make a little hole here. Get that down in there and get it pretty straight. And that's it. Now, so these things you see they're starting to branch a little bit on the bottom. And if you've seen enough of my videos, you know I talk about leaving lower branches on a tree when they're young. It helps develop the girth on the tree, helps it develop into a stronger tree. So we're going to leave that on there. We'll go ahead and pot one more of them up, and then I'll probably just fast forward through the rest of these to keep this video short as possible. Well, that one pulled out really nice. The roots are kind of brown. They're a little bit hard to see, but as you can see, there's nice brown roots all the way through that thing. So these things ought to just take right off, getting fresh soil, fresh fertilizer. I talked about this on a couple of my other plants too, is that I think a lot of these plants got stunted because it rained so much early on. I think it leached a lot of the fertilizer right out of the pots. So it's kind of crazy, but I think that's what ended up happening. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to fast forward and we'll get the rest of these planted up real quick. That's it. So I got them all 8 potted up. They look really good. They're good and healthy. They all had good root systems, so they ought to just take right off, and it's fresh soil, fresh fertilizer. So I'll take them, put them out there in the yard. I'll get them watered in good, and we'll see what they do. I may do another little short update on them at the end of the summer. Maybe I'll do a pruning update on them once they get up big enough to where they need to be pruned. But so far, these all are growing really good as far as having a good, strong central leader. This one right here looks like it might have lost its leader. So when it gets a little bit bigger, I'll probably prune it back to train it to get a new leader going. But all these other ones seem to be doing just fine. So I'll just let them go, let them grow. I appreciate you watching. Please like, please share, please subscribe. Thank you.